also wanted to go over the TBR I have for myself this fall. It's a little bit ambitious because I am a very slow reader and I probably average like 2 books a month, but I have set myself an outrageous goal of 6 books a month. And it's already halfway through September and I have not really started on any of these books. But we're delusional here, so I think I can manage it somehow. Anyways, the first book I'm going to read this month is Katabasis by R.F. Kuang. I'm already halfway through this book. I got this book in August, so it's already been almost a month since I've had this book, and I'm still only halfway through. I had a lot of expectations for this book because R.F. Kuang is one of my favorite authors. I really like Babel, and this was like a similar dark academia book, Cambridge instead of Oxford. It's about two grad students who go to hell to save their really shitty advisor so that he can write them a recommendation letter and so they can get a good job. Very relatable. I thought it was going to be more funny than it actually is. I also find the pacing in the first half quite slow and a little bit just something's not quite right for me. So I don't find myself picking the book up once I've set it down. I also find the two main characters to be kind of dull and uninteresting, and the main character Alice is genuinely unlikable to me. So I just haven't been picking it up, but I do want to finish it. I think maybe the second half will be a lot better. Besides that, I am also trying to read The Language Instinct. I got this in a used bookstore in New York City, and I really am fascinated by language. I kind of wish I took more linguistics classes in college, but it is what it is. So now I'm trying to learn it on my own time. This is very approachable. It's by Steven Pinker, and I've heard a lot about it, and I just want to learn more. And it's my nonfiction pick of the month. Then I have The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner. This was apparently $3.99 at my local used bookstore. It is also kind of like falling apart, like the glue isn't holding on anymore. I haven't read a lot of American classics. I didn't really enjoy the American classics we read in high school. I think it was like Grapes of Wrath, The Great Gatsby, The Scarlet Letter. I thought they were okay, but it didn't really compel me to keep reading American classics. Until now, I figured I want to be a more well rounded reader, and a big gap in my reading is American classics. And since I own this book, I figured I might as well read it. It's about three brothers from a once genteel southern family who all have their weird, like, perversions and twists and are messed up in their own way. The first point of view is from one of the brothers called Benji. He's in his 30s, but because of an intellectual disability, he's really mentally about 3 years old. And the way he tells a story is all over the place. It jumps from past and present. You don't know who's who, you don't know what's going on really. And then the next perspective would be a different brother and a different brother. And I think there's also like their maidservant is one of the perspectives. Um, it's supposed to be like a bunch of confusing narratives coming together in a moment of clarity, and then you kind of like get what's going on. And I love it when books do that. So I'm really looking forward to continuing on with that. Another book I'm reading, it's kind of like a bonus book because I don't plan to finish it this month, and it is Roald Dahl's The Witches, but in Chinese. I am a native Chinese speaker, but my ability to read Chinese is quite bad. It is pretty much non existent. So I am trying to get better. The last time I went to China, which was last year, it made me realize just how bad my ability to read is because in China, there's not that much English to go around. It's not like going to Japan where there's a lot of signs and like people generally can like help you out. In China, no one really gives a shit if you don't speak Chinese. There is no English. You just need to like use Google Translate and try to get by. And that's fine, but as someone who like is Chinese, it's kind of embarrassing. So I don't want to do that. I want to be like able to communicate effectively when I'm in China. So I'm hoping that reading this book will kind of kickstart my like Chinese learning journey and expand my vocabulary. I also have it in English, so I'm reading along with it. And like it really shows how bad my Chinese is because I'll read a chapter of this. The first chapter is 5 pages. It takes me like not even 2 minutes, I don't think, because it's like large font, small book. It's been 45 minutes and I'm not done with chapter one. It's very slow. I have to look up like every other word. It's, it's kind of a pain, but we're making progress. And the last three books I have are all on my Kindle. It's like 10 years old, but it's still kicking, so I'm really getting my money's worth. The first book I want to read is Aspiration, The Agency of Becoming by Agnes Callard. Like essentially saying that in order to become something, there is a process during which you have to kind of embody what you want to be, even if in that moment it feels disingenuous and that you're just faking it and it's not real. You have to still believe that I am a writer, I am a YouTuber, I am this or that, until eventually that is true. I think that's something I really need to figure out for myself because I'm really scared of failure. I'm scared of being cringy. I'm scared of just a lot of things. And so I don't put myself out there. And I try to wait until I'm good at something before making a post or making a YouTube video or just anything in general. But that's not how I will be better. That's just me being scared. If I actually want that thing and I want to get better at it, I have to just do it and be performative, be a faker, fake it till you make it. So that's what this book is about. Oh, I want to read Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. I've seen this book being discussed online, and it sounds really interesting. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it seems like it's a mixture of like murder mystery meets fairy tale meets philosophy. The last book I want to read this month is One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against Us by Omar Akkad. This book encapsulates the author's disillusionment with the West's ideals of justice and freedom, and how, by witnessing what's happening in the world, we can see that often those ideals don't cover everybody. People who are a person of color, queer, different religious backgrounds may not be afforded the same privileges as those who fit the West's standard of who deserves our protection and who deserves freedom. I think it's a really interesting book and very pertinent to our times. So those are all of the books I want to cover this month. Again, very ambitious of me, and I probably will fail, but I will give it my best shot. I'm trying to get back into reading long form fiction and books because for a long time now I've been reading just a lot of like brain rot, like fan fiction, light novels, manga, whatever. And I think those are like valid forms of reading. And they're very entertaining and some of them are very well written. But I really want to get back into reading longer form fiction, just sinking my teeth into like a really thought provoking book. I really miss the feeling of, reading a long book and entering a new world, the characters I never met before, and encountering ideas I never thought of before. So that's the goal of this. It's pretty casual. I'm not going to like beat myself up if I don't make it, but I do hope that I can stick with it. And that's it for me. I have been wasting time and just yapping away when I should be trying to find a job and working on my like data analyst portfolio so that I can get an interview. Tough times out there. But I will get back to my work now, and that's it from me.